Peace. This is S.S.Oracle. Shout out S.S.Oracle. This is Savvy. Alright, we're gonna keep going with these relationship readings. I pulled the Two of Cups first. Okay. You know, I woke up listening to the song Circles. Like the song Circles came in my head. So many like old school, like my nostalgic rap songs keep coming out. The song Circles by Crime Mob. You know what I mean? And it's like the energy that I've been getting. It's like somebody, what is this? An emperor. Somebody's like, they're the type to want to keep their distance from relationship. Like they'll tell people not to get attached. It's such a projection. They'll tell people not to get attached. Somebody is like does this thing where like they purposely keep people away so the other person doesn't get attached. But that's a projection of you fearing commitment and connection. You can't tell somebody to not fall in love with you, or you can't tell somebody to not get attached to you and then continue to be with them or continue to deal with them. Like, how are you going to control how somebody else feels? Oh, Emperor, that controlling energy, Aries energy. Okay, like, how are you going to try to control how somebody feels about you and wants to be with you? If you don't want to be committed, just say that. If you don't want to have a connection, just say that. Like, you can't have somewhat of a relationship. Some people just want a little bit of a relationship. That's the energy I'm getting. You just want a little bit of it. Like, you don't want the whole thing. Wheel of Fortune. You know, like, there's just something to learn. There's something to learn from here. Like, and it'll turn around. That's what I mean. Like, it'll turn. Once you learn how much of a projection that is, you know what I mean, and how there's some immature elements in that, like, it'll turn, your attitude will turn around. I'm getting, like, you just have to learn, right? You have to reassess what you know, reassess what you desire, reassess what, you know, you have within yourself to offer in a relationship, and reassess the things that you do. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm getting with this. Like, you, like, the Two of Cups came out first. Like, you again, like yesterday's reading. Like, it was like, you know, somebody desires relationship, but they try to keep that shit away with all they might. You know, it's there's wounds underneath that. You know what I'm saying? There's always some type of wound or some type of inner pain or trauma or something. King of Pentacles. Yeah. I mean, Earth sign energy here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn too. You're well taken care of. You take care of yourself. Like, maybe there's a fear of being taken advantage of. You know, like, that's legit. You know what I mean? That's legit. But it's like, you have a lot to give. You have a lot to offer, and you have enough to sustain. Like, boundaries will always be the thing here. Like, if you're fearing connection and commitment because you think somebody's going to take something from you, somebody's going to take all your money, maybe that's happened before, maybe in a marriage, past marriage, ex-relationship, somebody took things from you, took advantage of you, of your kindness, of your generosity, and it's like, you know, it's a reassessment of what you want, what you value. It's like, you know, before I pick that up, it's like, I think, like, this is Shadow and Soul Oracle, okay? Like, the shadow is, you want this relationship, or you want depth and connection relationship, but you run from it because you fear being taken advantage of or engulfed. Maybe, if I could read into this a little bit, it has something to do with, as a child, like, maybe you were taken advantage of, okay? And I hope that to not be in the way that, you know, I'm thinking about. But it's like taking advantage of, like, your kindness or your generosity, or like your, people looked at you as like gullible or naive, but it was like you were just giving, you know, like you were just giving. What's that? Eight of Swords. Yeah, you don't know why. You're not, yeah, that's what it is. I did have to read into that, because you're not aware of what's keeping you blocked from wanting what you want. All right, like, the card, the Eight of Swords is like, you can see how, like, she could walk out of that. Like, there's room, but you just had to remove the blindfold. Like, you're not actually trapped in that. Like, you're not actually blocked or nothing like that. You just have to take the blindfold off. You know what I'm saying? And see that you're not completely surrounded, or that you could like turn around, or that you could keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like it's maybe something that's going on in the mind, like something being words in the mind. Like torment cannot exist where the Most High's word is being heard. That's a divine message. Okay, torment cannot exist where the Most High's word is being heard. So maybe there's certain things you're telling yourself or thinking that's keeping you blocked. And it's like, if those things are making you feel insecure, if those things are making you feel anxious or something, like those are not the truth. Okay, those are not the truth. Yeah, Three of Cups. So there is joy, happiness, connection and celebration in your life. And, you're desiring more of that, but it's like, in terms of maybe romance, I don't know, romance, or like just, like you have it platonically, but romantically it's just like not there. Ace of Swords. Yeah. Torment cannot exist where the Most High's word is being heard. Yeah, like you're affirming, how you affirm what relationship means to you and what connection means to you is a factor. Okay? You can't just have a little bit. The Eight of Wands. Right? You don't deserve just a little bit. Why would you want just a little bit of a relationship, and you're the King of Pentacles. Like, you get to have an abundance of whatever you desire. Like, your birthright is abundance, right? Like, you get the abundance. And you have abundance. Like, you cannot be depleted unless you're not being conscious or careful with how you extend yourself. That's the only way. That's the only way that we truly get taken advantage of. You know what I mean? Like, before we learn how to catch certain things. Before we learn how to catch how people may be trying to sneak and stuff. Like, the way is like, you're not aware of how you're giving. You're not aware of how you're extending yourself. And you're thinking it's other people. So you try to push people away and you say, don't get attached to me because you're going to take from me. And it's like, no, you need to block yourself and give to your own discretion, even your energy or your presence to your own discretion, so it doesn't feel like people are taking from you. Like that little, I want a little bit of a relationship and then I'm gonna just back up. That's funny. It's just funny. We got the Knight of Swords. Okay. Maybe someone's gonna come in and communicate something to you, or tell you the truth about something. Let me spread these out a little bit so I get a bit of picture. Since I've already pulled them, let's see what they have to say if I just scatter. Let's do a little chaos right now, because it feels like chaos. It feels like chaos. Like, somebody hates it. They don't like going back and forth in their mind about this. Okay? They don't like going back and forth in their mind about this. It's becoming a burden. Okay? But it's like somebody's gonna say, like, you could have anything you want. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there's like something, you have some type of buddy, you have a partner, you have a friend, you have some type of confidant that's like, yes. It's weird. It's like there's like this energy of like you give and may not be aware of your boundaries, but then it's like you have these times where you're like super reserved and stingy too. Like, Ace of Swords on the top. Okay, like, it's like, you know what? Once you realize who you are and what you have, you know what I mean? This is going to change. Like, once you realize who you are and what you have, and who you need to maybe be more careful about who you share yourself with and who you're around, things will turn around in terms of how you only want a little bit of relationship, how you could, really be involved in a relationship instead of just dipping in and out because you don't want to be taken advantage of, or you don't want people to get super close to you because you don't, I'm not sensing any fears of abandonment. This is more fear of engulfment. You don't want to be engulfed. You don't want to be bombarded. You want people calling you all the time. You want people texting you all the time. You don't want to see. You gotta tell people that. You gotta tell people. And the right ones will hear you. The right ones will respect your boundaries. Okay? 7 of Wands. Okay? The right ones will respect your boundaries. You don't gotta be so standoffish and you know what I mean? Like, people want to connect with you. Like, it's okay. Like, you want to connect with people. People want to connect with you. Let them connect, but be aware of yourself. Be aware of yourself. Okay? Like, it's like, it gives a mixed signal. Is what it does. It gives a mixed signal. And it's like this energy. I'm familiar with this energy. It's like one minute you warm and 1 minute you cold. And it has to do with your own temperament, which is not a fault. You just have to communicate this with people. You know what I mean? It's like, maybe you like to be close with people and then you need your space to be alone to recharge. You have to communicate that. Instead of like yelling at people or getting mad at people or like ignoring people because you're overwhelmed or overstimulated. Maybe that's like, you're mad at people for wanting to connect with you because you're overstimulated because you don't hold a boundary up or communicate with people about your needs in terms of space. You have to communicate that. Like, people don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're having a good time, people want to keep having a good time. Like, you growling at people or yelling at people or like frowning, like, you know what I'm saying? Shutting down because people want to continue to be around you or someone wants to be with you. Like, you can't get mad at that. Like, you just have to communicate that you need some time and you need some space, okay? But that shouldn't keep you away. That shouldn't keep you locked away or make you want to punish people essentially with your silence or punish people with your distance. Like, that's not their fault that they want connection, and it's not your fault you want connection. It's an awareness thing. Let me pull some divine abundance. It's an awareness thing. You got to have an awareness of yourself in relationship. All right, the 2 of Cups was the first card. Equal give and take. You got to know what you have to offer, what you have to give. You know what I mean? And so there's a reciprocal exchange happening in a relationship, and you don't feel depleted and overwhelmed and all of that stuff. Okay. Little bit of relationship. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the connection of relationship. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta dip in and dip out. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's part of your self-care and your maintenance. And then you get back in there. It's like a sport. You know what I mean? When you play a sport, you on basketball, you take a break on the bench, get up, get back out there. Like, you know what I mean? You're trying to stay away from the game forever. Grounded. Many of the most evolved beings on Earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and it's maybe, like, everything doesn't have to be this. Like, everything doesn't have to be, like, super exciting. Like, I feel like you got to learn how to be relaxed in relationship too. Like, allow yourself to share calm space with people. It doesn't always have to be, going out and having fun and doing all, you know what I mean? Like, you could be chilling and having a good time too, or, being more slow paced in relationship. Like, maybe everything doesn't revolve around like your job or maybe I don't know, like, learn how to, I'm just hearing, learn how to chill, learn how to relax with people. You know what I'm saying? With yourself, but also, like, learn how to just relax. Let me pull one of these sacred geometries, too. Let me get an alchemy activation. Okay? Like, everything doesn't have... Maybe that's why you're overwhelmed, too, or overstimulated by relationship, too, because the relationships that you deal with, they're, like, always on the go, always busy. Like, maybe connect with people that you could just chill with. Maybe meditate with. I don't know. Okay, let me see. Hey, come here. Solar plexus chakra. Okay, the frequency of the solar plexus, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. That's what I said the whole time. Knowing who you are and what you have to contribute in connection into the whole. You know what I'm saying? This is a third. The number 3 here is 2. Number 3 here. All right? 3 and 3. 3 of Cups, solar plexus, relationships, connections. Like, you got to know who you are. You know what I mean? You don't have to move at the same pace as everybody around you. The King of Pentacles here, that's earth energy, that's slow moving energy. You know what I'm saying? The Emperor down here is fire sign, but it's like, this Emperor here is speaking to more of a solidness in yourself. But I feel like I'm talking to an earth sign. because earth signs like to chill. The grounded card came out too. Like, you like to be chill. Maybe you're around people who like to. Okay, you have to know yourself. You don't have to attach yourself to the speed and the frequency of everybody else around you. And that's part of the issue of why you like to dip and dabble in relationships, or you distance yourself, or you don't want to be engulfed. And that's the thing, like people who are always on the go and who are busy, they're attracted to people who are more chill. You know that whole introvert extrovert thing. Okay, like extroverts are like highly attracted to introverts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just because like they be chilling. And so it's like when you need your time, you need to communicate that. Okay, but don't allow the desire for people wanting to have a relationship with you keep you from your desire of relationship as well. There just has to be a balance. Okay. Peace.